order the Suffolk City Council workshop / special meeting for July 7th, 2021. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Yes, and please make sure to state your location, city, county, and state. Councilmember Leo.
Here, Saugatuck, Allegan County, Michigan.
Stanton.
Here, Saugatuck, Allegan County, Michigan.
Becken.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. I think we lost him. We'll continue. Truster.
Here, Saugatuck, Allegan County, Michigan.
Peterson.
Here, Saugatuck, Allegan County, Michigan.
Lewis.
Here, Saugatuck, Allegan County, Michigan.
And Dean.
Here, Saugatuck, Allegan County, Michigan.
All right.
Madam Mayor,
So, yep.
You want me to go on ahead? Poor guy.
Yes, please.
All right, very good.
I'm sure he'll
well,
be back shortly.
I'm not the mayor, so I'm not going to make any mayor's comments. City manager comments.
So I'll have a city manager's report for Monday's packet. Just briefly, I was here for the 4th of July festivities. I can say the feedback on that was very positive. The events went off without any major incidents, and so it appeared that everyone was having a great time. But I'll have a detailed report for your Monday packet.
All right, very cool. Any questions for the city manager while we're at this point in the agenda? Nope. All right, very good. Any changes to the agenda? No? All right. I don't think we have any guest speakers, so we'll just move on to public comment. This is the point in the meeting when guests who are here are free to speak. We ask that you keep your comments to 3 minutes. Please introduce yourself and state your city of residence. With that, do we have any public comment on agenda items only? See anybody there, Padley?
Padley, you're
She's
muted.
Yeah.
Sorry, I see no raised hands at this time. And
All right.
Mark is joining us again.
Oh, very good.
Oh, you're muted, Mark. Oh, you're still muted, Mark. I'll take this time to just make a announcement on our closed session just for our audience members. When we get to that item, which is number 10 on the agenda, you'll be placed in a waiting room. And then after the closed session, you'll be let back in for the second round of public comment.
Very good. There's our mayor connecting. All right.
Looks like mayor's on.
Yeah, you're still muted, Mark. I think.
Bottom left of, there you go.
How's
There you
that?
go.
All right.
We-
Welcome
we-
back.
We've got.
It's torture. Torture, this is what it is. Torture.
Mayor, we
Okay.
got you all the way through public comments, so we're at
No,
number 8.
good job. And I'm here, by the way, calling from Douglas, Michigan, Allegan County.
Any mayor?
Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
Douglas. Okay, carry on wherever we were at, please.
So it'll be unfinished business.
Item A. And just for council, this is a special meeting. I did talk to Mayor Becken earlier today. I think that it's his preference to actually take action on these agenda items on Monday, or else we're not going to have much to do on Monday. So he wants to keep them on the agenda for Monday. So I'll just touch on them and answer any questions, and you can take action on Monday. So for this first item is an administrative item for the non-motorized trail in the Blue Star Group. In the resolution that was adopted by the tri-community, there was a deadline, kind of a soft deadline for reporting back to the municipalities of June 1st, 2021. The committee is not going to hit that deadline. My request is just to remove that deadline. They're tracking really well. They're working with an engineer. They have a self-imposed deadline. So it's a really kind of fine point and a formality, but just to keep it clean, I thought we would just, I'd recommend that we just eliminate that date from the resolution. So that's that. Any questions on that item? Okay.
Good.
Okay.
You got it, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So if no questions, we'll move on to item 9. A, Ryan.
Right. This is a resolution for a street ad under Act 51, which requires that the city or village furnish all the additional improved streets so that we can get some money from the state of Michigan for maintenance purposes. So Frederick Street was improved a while back and it has not been added to the map. And so we have a resolution prepared to add Frederick Street. And we did update the agenda, thank you, Padley, to include a map of where Frederick Street is, just in case you don't know. It's off of Vine Street. So if you can scroll down there for us, Padley. Yeah. So off of Park Street, off of Vine Street, we have Frederick Street. And so we have some associated construction drawings for Frederick Street. And again, we just need to add this information to the Act 51 log for the state of Michigan.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes. Chris.
thank you. I may not have the street right. Did we also include, or can we include Mill Street? I know we improved that with, I'm not sure exactly when, but has that been included before? As you go down Butler, then there's a little street across Lucy, kind of a little dog leg off there, and we put the millings on top of it.
So, Mr. Mayor, if I could.
Sure. Here.
With Mill Street, I'll check into that, Chris. That could be considered and likely as still a rural road, given that it's not asphalt surface and it doesn't have any stormwater improvements. I'll
Okay.
check in with John on that, but it's a good question. Thank you.
Any other questions from council?
No.
Okay, if none, item B, 9B, please.
9B is a resolution for the designation of street administrator, something that I've always wanted to become. So also with Act 51, you have to designate an official street administrator. With Kirk being here for 14 years, you haven't had to do this in a long time. And so this is just a resolution to appoint me as the street administrator.
Questions from council? No additional compensation is being considered at this time for that appointment, by the way. Okay, moving on to 9C, if no questions.
All right, 9C, we have the Mount Bald Head Radar Facility and Fence and Roof. Mr. Dean is on the call. He can help me out with this one. But the Mount Bald and Russ, I saw Russ on the call as well. The Mount Bald Head Working Group has been kind enough to solicit proposals for repair of the Mount Bald Head facility fence and additionally the roof. The recommended vendor has an existing relationship with the city. The repair of the roof, the fence on the roof will mitigate a hazard and assist in protecting the radar facility. And 2 options were presented as far as the fence repairs go. The working group is recommending the first option, which is the $3,239.56 proposal. And with the roofing, you can see there's some repair with some liquid tar, roll roofing as well. And I know Mr. Dean had sent some aerial photos. Padley, I don't know if you're in a position to pull those up or not. If not, I don't think it's a big deal. And I'd I would, Mr. Mayor, if it's okay, I would see if Mr. Dean has any.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was
additional
going to ask
comments.
Scott to comment. So Scott,
Yeah, thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Ryan. Yeah, the work group led by Russ Gardner, who's on the line as well. We've met weekly since the creation of the work group. They've made excellent progress. And what they've focused on for the short term is to protect the public from the safety hazard that the radar station represents. The fence is in bad shape. It's not a fence really anymore. And so they've got the fence quote to shore up the fence where it's been compromised. And they've got a very low cost solution to repairing the roof to stop further damage and erosion into the building, once again, to keep it secure. Mr. Telsmer from TNT believes he can actually do it for probably half of that bid if he can coordinate with Scott at DPW just to get the liquid tar, the 5-gallon buckets, up to the top of Mount Baldhead. And just as you see in the picture, thank you for that, Hadley. It's a great one to start with. The corners of the radar station are where the largest leaks are. So they just propose pouring liquid tar and using a rubber kind of impermeable membrane over those former ventilation hoods in areas where there are some other. Thank you. Yeah, you can see at the top of one of those hoods, you can see a giant hole by some red spray paint, of which there's quite a bit up there as well, because people can get into the site and vandalize it and risk their lives doing so, frankly. Okay, moving on to this picture. Thank you, Pedley. This shows you the condition of the fence. I don't think currently, and I think what we would all agree, this is what we want visitors to Saugatuck to see when they climb Mount Baldhead. So we're going to try to fix that fence in a very cost-effective manner. We had the Allegan County Debts crew up. Thank you to Scott Herbert. They cleared a lot of the brush. That brush pile there is waiting to be collected and brought down and disposed of with the other yard waste that we typically collect. And what am I missing here? I would recommend letting them move forward with these two items to secure the property, and if it's possible for them to just have TNT and the fencing consultants simply send the invoices into the city staff for processing. I think that would be the most expedient way to handle this. And I'm quite confident based on this team. I mean, you've got basically, and I'm not counting myself in this equation, but you basically got the dream team that worked on the root beer barrel, that worked on the fish shanty, that put the star up on Mount Baldhead. So these are guys that know the site really well. You got the History Center people involved. They know how to raise funds. They know how to engage the public. And if you help them just with this little piece to get things secure and give them some time to really take a deep dive and evaluate the site and what the opportunities or what the considerations are for the city going forward, I think we can take this off the city's plate for quite some time. If we just get this security and safety piece taken care of in the short term. Russ is on the line. I'll let Russ fill in any blanks that I may have neglected to mention.
Thanks, Russ Gardner, City of Saugatuck. Is it okay if I speak, Mayor?
sure, go ahead. You bet,
Yeah.
Russ.
Thanks. No, Scott covered it quite well in those pictures that he, pardon me, that Patty was able to show were recent. We had a drone that did a study of the entire site. So we'll have additional information to share regarding what we found up there, but those were the most representative pictures of the two areas that we want to focus on to secure the site, make it safe, while keep the public away from the building and the structure as best we can, as well as just make it more secure, make sure it's not further deteriorated by the elements on the roof. And also Art Halsma, many of you know Art. He's also the town crier, TNT Roofing. He's done a lot of work in the community. He's also one that did the root beer barrel roof. So he's had prior contact with the city, is well-known contractor, well-trusted contractor in town. So.
All right, thanks. Council, any questions now? I think we'll revisit this Monday evening. If I just may interject, the reason why I feel we should act on these Monday, we're going to, in all likelihood, have more people participating at our regular council meetings. And I just feel it's, especially on something like this particular item will get a lot of, I think, public interest. And so I appreciate the comments from Scott and Russ. And any further questions from council?
Yeah, Mayor, this is Scarn.
Sure,
Just for
Garnett.
Scott and Russ, I'm just curious, the timeline then of getting these repairs done.
I can't answer that, Garnet. I think sooner rather than later, though, in terms of getting the green light into Fence Consultants and TNT so they can schedule this. There's also a bit of a coordination matter with the DPW team. We can reduce the cost, particularly of the roof repairs, dramatically if we can coordinate with Scott's team during the week to have them take some tar up, take debris down. And then there's another piece between now and Labor Day. There's a pretty significant safety hazard to runners for the Mount Baldhead Challenge with the erosion of the sand, exposing some metal pipes and some metal stakes that people don't easily see when they come up the stairs and off the deck. So that will help as well. And that's going to be beneficial to the Mount Baldhead Challenge folks as well. So if there's a bit of coordination between the contractors and the vendors, so once again, getting things scheduled early, I think would be to our benefit.
Okay, thank you.
Other council questions? All right, moving on to,
Sorry, Mr. Mayor.
yes,
This is kind of a joint project here. And I know that when we do bids or getting construction or anything like that, the city has a lot of hoops to jump through. Were they all jumped through for this? So we're okay with choosing a consultant?
I'll let Ryan answer that, but I believe the cost of these two items would be below the threshold of needing to put it out to a competitive bid, but I could have that wrong.
That's correct, Mr. Dean. I believe that the threshold is $5,000 and both of these quotes are under that amount.
Awesome. Thank you.
okay. Any other questions from council?
No, Mayor, it's
Yes,
Holly.
Tyler?
I would just like to thank the committee for tackling this, and in particular the fence, because it's just such a public safety issue and a bad look. So I'm really thankful that this is the first phase that you're working with this. So thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Council? Okay, if none, we'll move on to item 9D. Ryan?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is our information technology agreement with Shoreline Technology. And the only change from previous year is that we have made some improvements to both email backup retention for all employees and improved security measures. And I think we've added a computer, but in talking with Peter, the costs are compared to last year are very similar.
Questions from council?
Mayor, this is Garn. Just
Sure.
Ryan, out of curiosity, does this include some help with getting City Hall up to snuff so that we can kind of do a hybrid meeting from up there, or is that a whole different entity?
It's a whole different group. Yeah, they don't provide that service. They provided some names, but we're making some progress on that. I know that's going to be coming up as time moves on here. I know we're eager to get back to in person and have that capability. So
All right.
I think we're making some progress here.
Yeah,
Okay.
hope to have an update on that from Padley and Ryan at the Monday meeting. So that's at the in-person meetings. So is that Holly?
I had a quick question. Ryan, do you know if we'll be moving to Office 365 government?
I don't know. But can certainly inquire.
Yeah, that particular product is designed for governments, for municipalities, because it has the data backup that is subject to, government regs and requirements. So I think that may be what we should be looking at, because we won't have the problems that we had before in terms of backups and what we're required to keep as a city. So if you can find out. Thanks.
Yeah, I'll certainly inquire. Thank you.
Excuse me. Any other questions from council? Okay, we'll move on to next agenda item, which is really the rationale why we went to a special meeting today. So we could go into executive session regarding a confidential matter. To do so, we'll need a motion to go into closed session.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I move we go into closed session.
Can you cite the motion, please, that shows up on the agenda?
I don't see it right now.
Maybe
Pat-
Padley can get up there. Would you scan upwards? Just down a bit.
Is it under number 10?
Yes, item 10. There you go.
Yes, I move that pursuant to Open Meeting Act 15.268, hypothesis or parentheses 8H, to consider material exempt from the discussion or disclosure by state or federal statute.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion by Peterson, seconded by Lewis to go into closed session. Matter of procedure, do we not have to have a motion to go out of open session first?
No, we don't.
No? Okay, all right, thank you.
No.
So if there's no further questions, clerk, please call the roll.
Peterson,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Stanton,
Yes.
Truster,
Yes.
Dean,
Yes.
Leo,
Yes.
Beckon.
Yes, yes. So for those who are in attendance, they will be put into the
Yep.
waiting room.
Give me just a
You wanna-
minute to
why
do
don't-
that.
Yeah, why don't you explain how that'll work? Because we'll reopen the meeting and then re-invite people back who are in the waiting room pending the closure of the meeting
Yep,
and any
so
other
I-
outstanding items that we'll have to
It'll
consider.
take me a second to go through and put each person in the waiting room, but when we're done, I will admit all of them at one time back into the meeting.
All right, thank you.
This is where you need the Jeopardy theme music. That looks like that would be everybody.
Okay.
Yep.
So Padley, it says we're recording live on YouTube. Is that
Oh, I
still?
should probably pause that, shouldn't I?